Hello, it's Philip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers speaking. I'm looking this afternoon at a book from Professor Gary Slapper. It's this book called Weird Cases, Comic and Bizarre Cases from Courtrooms Around the World. It's published by Wildy, Simmons and Hill Publishing. That's the spine of it there. You can see inside that it's about 150 pages of basically stories, all of which are of a slightly odd nature compared with what we normally see. And I just say though that one of the nice things about this is that a lot of the stuff has that human element, which of course is what we as lawyers have to deal with all the time. Now, my wife Elizabeth and I have written a Flickr review which is on the web, and the detailed actual appreciation is also available, but we've given it a title. We've called it More Than a Touch of the Bizarre in Court, and that's really what this book is all about. Weird's not the word for some of the wild, wonderful, rude, crude and yes, bizarre things that happen or are apt to happen in courtrooms worldwide, if Gary Slapper's entertaining new book is anything to go by. As Slapper, who's leading legal academic and Times columnist, notes, courts must often come to rational conclusions about events that would in fact be rejected by television drama producers as implausibly bizarre. Most of the cases he cites, indeed probably all of them, should be classified under the "you couldn't make it up" category. Take the case of the injurious underpants, for example. Well, you could call it that, especially when it's brought to your attention that in 2002 there were 369 people seriously injured by their underpants or knickers. Attitudes to other instances of sartorial crime seem to vary around the world, and indeed in the same country, notably the United States, a rich source of weird cases, as avid Judge Judy fans will confirm, is certainly something that's ever present. Do not, for example, wear revealingly saggy trousers in Del Cumbre in Louisiana, or you might end up with a $500 fine and a 6-month jail sentence. In Flint, Michigan, though, where things are a bit more lenient, you might get off with one of the Drooper Draws tickets that have been issued to local people since early 2009. However, not to worry if you're holidaying in the aptly named Riviera Beach, Florida, where a defendant named Mr. Hart escaped conviction for a similar offence when the judge ruled that the local law prohibiting low-slung trousers was unconstitutional. And it goes on. This little gem of a book contains chapters on everything from compensation and punishment to love and sex, and from judges, jurors and lawyers to pets and animals, to violence and to death. Food, drink and drugs, and of course fashion do not escape scrutiny either. Scintillating and with wry humour and enlivened by personal aside and anecdote from the learned author, Weird Cases, we feel, is more or less a compendium of the sort of funny old world stories that you might read in private eye, except that each has been revealed in the light of day within the august precincts of a courtroom. In particular, the revelations about vexatious or loopy litigants are hilarious. Not quite so when you have to deal with them directly, as I have found out. What a rich trove of anecdotes for your next after-dinner speech with the Legal Eagles. Definitely one where you should keep some notes. So, if you're a member of the legal fraternity, or even if you're not, this is one jolly book, and one of no small practical value either, in our view. It will certainly reassure you that even in the law, particularly in the law, there's nought as queer as folk. And as Christmas will soon be upon us, we feel that this book is a gift for your more solemn legal friends, with more than a touch of the bizarre in court. So thank you, Gary, for putting all of this together for us. Bye-bye for now.